The first point is what is Hindenburg's locus standi? If they are a short-selling entity, well, then go ahead, do the short selling within the framework of the law, make your money, and that is it. What is the motivation for coming back, investing money into further investigation? Is it an investigation authority? Is it sanctioned by somebody? Or is it a journalistic body making a suo motu investigation for the benefits of Indians? Well, I mean, if it's a journalistic body, it seems to be yellow journalism that they are indulging in, because clearly, if you go line by line of what the report is, each of the lines seems to be a baseless allegation. And I'll take a few as an example. It says, as detailed in our original Adani report, documents from the department, from the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, which is DRI, alleged that Adani grossly overvalued the import valuation. Now, that's what it says. It does not say any further detail. A normal reader will believe that DRI is after Adani. Adani is grossly overvaluing its imports, and therefore there is a wrong misdoing. It's only when you go and find out what is this DRI report. It's basically a show cause notice, which is DRI's job. It issues thousands of these show cause notices because it needs to investigate anything where it thinks there is something that needs to be further investigated. The report does not say what was the outcome that came out. And this is from 2014. This is a May 2014 show cause notice, which is being quoted now 10 years later, and using that in a very convoluted manner to say that there is some wrongdoing going on. That show cause notice has been investigated, done, and dusted with. It then says a subsequent investigation by non-profit project Adani Watch in December 2023 shows a bunch of things. Now, it does not say what is Adani Watch, who created Adani Watch, whose business it is to do Adani Watch, who is owning Adani Watch, who incorporated it, who's funding it. There's so many questions that comes out, and it simply gives Adani Watch as a clean sheet and says that's an entity which is, because it's non-profit, has to be completely believed in. We don't know why we should believe in that. Where is it incorporated? Where does it come from? Then it goes on to say she personally, which is the chairperson of SEBI, personally wrote to India Infoline using her private Gmail account, doing business through her husband's name to redeem the units in the fund, which is the fund that is being talked about, where they have an investment of about 80 lakh rupees, which is being said to be the fund which actually funded whole of the multi-billion dollars of Adani using 80 lakh rupees. But what is even more funny is that it says using her private Gmail account. Now, what else will she use for doing a private transaction? Will she use her public account? Then it says doing business through her husband's name. If you look at the mail that is already there in the report that Hindenburg has given, it shows that she is doing business on behalf. She says, my husband wants to sell this. And more interestingly, the sale is at a 0.2% loss. So where is money being made? If you go further into all the allegations line by line, and I'll just take as a few examples of how ridiculous these are. It says in brief, despite the existence of thousands of mainstream, reputable onshore Indian mutual fund products, which is under the regulation of SEBI, why is this SEBI chairperson going and investing somewhere else? Well, if you invest into a mutual fund which is under her jurisdiction, then the question will be, there is a conflict of interest. She's investing in something where she must have approved it, because all mutual funds are approved by SEBI. Now you do this, you do that, there is a problem. If she has invested outside, is that illegal? Not by the laws of this land. So where is the illegality coming in? But the way these are structured in a journalistic manner, there seems to be a lot of wrongdoing going on.
Right. Very, very important concerns raised by you as you've read the report line by line, convoluted as you mentioned. But, many saying that, look, KV Subramanian, also the former chief economic advisor, supporting the SEBI chief. Deepak Shenoy very clearly saying, thoda zyada ho gaya. Do you think this report has now taken things too far? These allegations are quite serious and quite grave, and have now taken things quite far with a deliberate attempt to now target the stock markets once again?
No, absolutely. So earlier, the target was one of the largest corporations of India, which is the Adani Group, which obviously impacted our infrastructure quite significantly. Now it seems that the target is entire stock market. So is Hindenburg shorting the entire stock market of India? Then please let us know that that's your intention. The intention is not clear. So why are you after the Indian stock market? This is war by other means. There is no other reason for it. If a foreign entity is targeting a stock market without any apparent reason, there is no business benefit that they're getting, then there's nothing but war by other means. It's if our stock market gets impacted, the entire economy, the growth of the country, the faith in our system, because a lot of the money and the cost of money is related to the faith in our economy. All of that goes for a head. Many of the investments that are coming into India will then stop. All of it is extremely detrimental for this nation.
Right. So, how do you think these targeted attempts and these allegations, these serious allegations coming in time and again, how do you think India can contain a situation like this from aggravating?
I think these are like sniper attacks happening multiple times. Earlier also I've come on various channels saying the same thing, that India should have some mechanism to instantly respond, so that the instantaneous damage is taken care of. However, as we see, there are various mechanisms and machinations which are being used to do this targeting. I think we need a body within India which is able to respond quickly and make sure that damage does not happen, and it needs to be institutionalized, because as we see, warfare has now taken multiple dimensions and everything is fair game. There's nothing but war by other means, and we need to have institutional approach to be able to withstand it. And if any of the allegations are correct, then the court and the law of the land will take its own process, and that should happen. But these seems to be sniper attacks that are happening, or guerrilla warfare that's happening on our economic and financial system. And I think we need to have an institutional approach from an Indian perspective, which immediately responds to such attacks that happen to our financial and economic systems.